is Reggie, Ignacio.
Hello everybody, good afternoon. Gising tayo, gising. Praise God, we are all here safe and we're celebrating the CFC-HFL National Conference. I am Regina Ignacio, everybody calls me Reggie. I am from Garden, Texas. And part of the CFC-HFL that East Dallas chapter. And this is my first conference. I'm a newbie. I want to thank first the HFL committee for inviting me to share my story today. I hope that somehow after my sharing my life story, I will be a testament of how great, loving, and merciful God is. Last April, I celebrated my 50th birthday with my extensions. It was a beautiful celebration of life with my family and friends. From what I have gone through, reaching the age of 50 was a feat. Yes, I am one of the rare ones who will jump for joy, and I'm so proud to say that I am 50. See? Thank God I'm 50. The question I frequently asked during my birthday was, what do I want for my birthday? What do I want to do in my life if money is not an issue? And I will always give the same answer. I just want to live. I want to be an inspiration to others every day, to be a living witness of God's great power and love. And that, my friends, is why I agreed to be here in front of you. Me and my family officially joined the CFC community in 2016. That's my husband, Jerry. But even before that, we were already attending the fun side and the special events of the CFC-HFL. Hold on. My flight attendant, please. We were already attending the fun side and the special events of the CFC-HFL community. We were very selective, like the fun side. Christmas party, Easter picnic, basta may KISS, K-I-S, kainan, inuman, sayawan. We will always be present because a lot of my friends are already in the community. In spite of their numerous invitations, we were hesitant as a couple or as a family to join. We will always decline and come up with all sorts of excuses. As the saying goes, pag gusto, may paraan. Pag ayaw, may dahilan. In English, there's always a way if you want something. There's always an excuse if you don't. For us, back then, we were not ready for responsibilities. That's my kid. Those are my kids, Ian and Isabella. We want to enjoy our weekends. We want to lay down and sleep, and watch ASAP during Sunday, you know. We don't want to attend household meetings, the fellowships, and most of all, this is the biggest concern why we don't want to be in a community. We don't want to share family problems outside our home. We're uncomfortable with that. That time, we thought it was enough to go to church, do our Sunday obligations, and just be good citizens, fair and nice to mankind, as long as we don't bother We don't bother others. It was enough to show God that we are good Christians, that we are following His commandments. So, we continue to be the kolorum, illegal members of the community. Kolorum po kami, wala kang linya. It was then in February 14, 2015, Valentine's Day, a red day for me, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer stage 3. Yes. It was a painful blow to me and my family, more especially for my kids who were aged 9 and 11 during that time. It was like a tsunami that hit us. I thought that it was my end. It was the end for me. I am 47 and I will soon die. My faith was crushed and my spirit was so devastated. I was upset with God, asking Him the question, why? Why, Lord? What will happen to my kids without me? What did I do? Was I that bad that you chose me to suffer this situation? Is this my punishment? It was an emotional roller coaster, but in the end, I choose to fight, accept and deal with reality. Crying all day will not help me. The fear, the anxiety, and the bitterness will not take away my cancer. I chose to surrender everything to God. I chose to fight. I have to accept and trust God's plan for me, even if it hurts, even if it looks bad, even if it's unfair. Dami-dami dyan. Sorry, I'm speaking Tagalog. Dami naman dyan. Mas marami pang ginagawang no. It is unfair. And even if it's bitter to take, I will accept it. Luckily, I was blessed to have a loving and supporting family. My husband, Jerry, my kids, Ian and Isabella, my 81-year-old mom who's living with me, I take care of her, and my friends. They gave me all the moral support I needed to fight cancer. They fought with me. They were by my side. Sorry again. Back then, I decided to have a low profile on my medical condition. I was very careful revealing my true status to other people. Everything I post in my social media, my Facebook account, it was so cryptic. It's like my name tag. It was not clear what's happening to me. I don't want people to know what's happening to me. I don't want their attention. I don't want their sympathy. I fought my battle with a very small army, just my family and selected friends. But God sent a secret army of prayer warriors. It's the CFC-HFL community. Despite being unofficial members, my name was very popular in a lot of CFC household meetings, lifting me in their prayers, the intentions for my healing and for my recovery. Even the kids of KFL knew my name and prayed for me. I need all the prayers I can get because I went through a very aggressive cancer treatment. I had a 13-centimeter lump in my right breast. I had to get the full menu You name it, I had it. 8 rounds of chemo, double mastectomy surgery, and 38 rounds of radiation therapy every day. I needed to fight. I needed to carry on. I needed to stay alive for my kids and for my husband, Jerry. It was during this time that I felt so loved, that I fell in love with my husband, Jerry, all over again. Why? Because he took care of me. He was with me in all my chemo therapies. He drove me, bathed me, fed me. It was a validation of our vows. In sickness and in health, in good times and in bad, till death do us part. I also fell in love with my CFC-HFL community. I only knew a few of them that time, but despite the animosity, they were also supportive. They often visited me, entertained me, brought me food, prayed for me. I was really in awe of their loving kindness and support. On November 2015, I finally rang the bell. There's this gong or a bell in the hospital. This is symbolic to all the cancer patients who finished and survived all the treatment. Yes, not everybody survives the treatment. In my case, it was 10 months of gruesome battle. I thought things were better. Life after cancer will be more positive. I was ready to go back to work and just live as close to normal as I can. I thank God for the strength that He gave me to overcome the challenges of cancer. I always also requested, God, please, tama na po. Please, Lord, make this the last one. So one of the first things I did after my last treatment was to attend the GPA. So I can personally thank the CFC-HFL community for all their prayers and support. It was then that I felt it was time to be legal. But there was a problem. Jerry, in spite of this calling, Jerry, my husband, doesn't want to join the community. He was not ready yet. So I kept praying to God. I asked Him to send messengers. And until May of 2016, thank you, Sister Kathy Esteban. You never gave up on us. Kathy invited us to attend the CLS one more time. And surprisingly, Jerry agreed. Nakuha na namin ang matamis na koko ni Jerry. Praise God. Praise God. Things are falling into place. We've decided to join the CFC-HFL community and started attending the CLS every Saturday. But only after 3 Saturdays, Jerry fell ill. Despite the odds, Jerry and I agreed we will finish the CLS, no matter what. The community witnessed how Jerry's condition deteriorated every week. He was taking painkillers just to attend the CLS. And from walking, he was in a walker next week, then in a wheelchair the following week. And until the last CLS, he cannot walk anymore. We cannot attend anymore. But the community, the CFC, the East chapter of CFC-HFL Dallas, led by Brother Lito Dancel. They were so considerate. They brought the CLS teachings to our home. Thank you. So Jerry and I can finish the CLS teachings and finally receive our certificate, our IDs, that we are official. We have our visa to being a CFC-HFL community member. A simple stomach pain led Jerry to see a doctor and go to an MRI. He was asymptomatic, no symptoms at all, except for the stomach pain. Just to find out what's causing the pain, we went to the doctor, we went to the MRI testing. Maybe it's just appendicitis or kidney stones. We were hoping that it was just an easy case. But it came to be the worst nightmare. Really? Are you kidding me, Lord? Not again, please. After all the scans and the biopsies, Jerry was diagnosed with cancer. Only 6 months after my last treatment, he was diagnosed with cancer. And his condition was far worse than my stage 3 breast cancer. His tumors were already spread out. They were already metastasized to his lungs, liver, and bones. That's why he cannot walk anymore. The bigger problem was the doctors cannot find the origin of Jerry's cancer. So it means, clinically, without knowing which part the cancer came from, there's no way they cannot treat Jerry. There's no treatment unless we find out where it started. That we're going to fight the cancer and being blessed by strings of miracles. You won't believe the number of miracles that happened. Maybe next time when I share it, you know. Within 2 weeks, anybody from Houston here? Anybody from Houston? I was able to bring Jerry to MD Anderson here in Houston. And you know that it's so difficult just to get an appointment in MD Anderson. But in 2 weeks, my friends, I was able to finish everything, set appointments, get all his scans, biopsies transferred to MD Anderson in 2 weeks. That's a miracle. It's inhuman. It's only God's will. It's God's miracle. So finally, he was diagnosed to have stage 4 cholangiocarcinoma. Big word, cholangiocarcinoma. It's a rare cancer of the gallbladder. Yes. Jerry's battle with cancer was more painful experience for our family, especially to our kids. At their young age, they have experienced, both Ian and Isa, experienced the pain and trauma of having both parents afflicted with cancer. Again, I asked, why? Why, Lord? What have we done? Why are you forsaking us? I really don't understand. So I prayed to God for His mercy and guidance. I prayed for physical strength, spiritual strength, because it's just 6 months that I just came from my own treatments. It's time for me to take care of Jerry. Even if I'm still recovering. Throughout Jerry's journey, we experienced a lot of miracles. Impossible things became possible. It was surreal, convincing me that God was still on our side. I reached the point where my level of hope was so high that I was thinking Jerry will somehow be like Lazarus. He will rise up. He will recover, just like me. We will beat cancer. But sadly, he didn't. August 17, 2016, we lost Jerry. I became a widow, and my kids became fatherless. This coming Saturday, August 17, is Jerry's death anniversary. It has been 3 years, and I still don't know what's God's plan for me and my kids. Why He took Jerry away from us. How do I survive each day knowing that I have 2 kids? I have my 81-year-old mother depending on me. I have to be strong, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I have to learn to swim through my grief. I have to learn to swim and overcome my struggles. I have to believe and cling to my faith that God is my partner in all of this. That in time, in His perfect time, God will reveal His beautiful master plan for me. Plans that will prosper me and not harm me. That's Jeremiah 29, 11, 18. Very beautiful passage. Being a member of the community is part of God's master plan. It is not an accident because everything happens for a reason. It happens according to His divine will and His perfect time. I will never forget and will be forever grateful for all the love and support the CFC-HFL has shown me throughout my struggles. In the pictures, the last 4 years that I am alive, I have been celebrating it with my sisters in the community. Whenever I'm given the chance to share, I always say that the community is a gift from God. It is a blessing. The community and my family is God's assurance to me that even if He took Jerry away from me, I will not be alone. That God is so close to me and that I can see, hear, and feel His presence through each one of you, my beautiful sisters. So every time every time you smile at me, every time you talk to me, every time you hug me, you pray for me, I can feel God's gestures of love. And I see Christ in all of you. If I may mention, there's a special group of sisters, my buttercups, you know who you are. All of them are here today, who has been there for me throughout my highs and lows. I'm taking this opportunity to thank you, my sisters, from the bottom of my heart. taught me to be a better person. I trusted God more, knowing that God will take care of me, my kids, and all my concerns. In the community, I have witnessed brothers and sisters who are totally committed to their faith, who showed me deeper meaning of service to others, sacrifice, patience, especially if things are not happening according to plan. They inspire me to be a better Christian, much different from the way I saw it in the past. Now, aside from doing our Catholic obligations, we strive as a family to be more active in the community. My kids are in the YFL. I continue to attend the CFC-HFL, but in God's time, I will transition to the HFL. We faithfully attend household meetings and assemblies and share our time, talent, and treasure as much as we can. Discussing my problems and issues with others is not an issue anymore. I now ask for prayers and interventions from my sisters and brothers in Christ. The more people praying for me, the better. As a cancer survivor, a young widow, a single mom, and a head of the family, life is hard. It is exhausting. But I am very thankful for each new day God has given me. Each morning that I wake up, that I am given the chance to live and be a witness for Him. My relationship with God is not perfect. I'm still a work in progress, just like many of you. I have weaknesses and flaws. But as long as I am part of this community, the CFC-HFL, HFL, I know I will not be alone in my journey, and God will fulfill His promise. Again, I am Regina Ignacio. I am chosen by God, chosen to be a witness, chosen to be a woman of mission. And for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. Thank you. May God be praised. May God be praised.
Okay, sisters, you can see you have your own family, and our community is the bigger family that God has given to us. We are in this community because God has planned for us. He created the community with a purpose. So, let us do our part, every single one of us, be committed to our covenant, and let's do our best to do our part so that God's purpose may happen. Let us praise and thank the Lord for this community. At this point, sisters, please remain in silence. Jesus is among us. I can feel Him. I know you can feel Him too. He has been with us since the conference started. We will be going into adoration right now. Thank the Lord for all the good things and the blessings that He has given to you. Blessings of good health, blessings of constant protection and daily provisions, and financial blessings. Also at this time, open your heart to Jesus. Give to Him all your sufferings, all your pains. Whatever is bothering you, just give it all out to Him. His love is so big that nothing is impossible.